Hey everybody, hope you're having a good day, good week, good productive week. A couple things real quick on the last project, the bookcases for the bedroom. The most common question by far, or statement, or observation was that the bookcases should be secured to the wall because they're not really that deep and it's a nice climbing area for children and it would fall over, they're heavy, it'd be dangerous, blah blah blah. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things that I didn't want to add to the video at the end. I didn't want to just put another talking point in there just to say mount it to the wall. There's some things that I don't include that I kind of think are common sense. So just one of those things. You analyze the situation. Oh, if it's leaning a little bit, then secure it. If it's not leaning and you have no children to worry about, then don't do it. So everyone's situation may be different, and if it's not needed, don't do it. If it is needed, do it. Also, why did I not use my exact width dado jig? It's up there. My exact width dado jig. Because the boards, the shelves, it's all dimensional lumber, so the shelves every one of them has just a little bit of cup in it. So I can't really get the exact width dado jig to work properly anyway. So I just used dados, and then if you pound them in through the back side, then they will kind of straighten out as they go. So that's why I didn't use the exact width dado jig. The people who follow me on this talkie channel know that I change my mind constantly. And if you don't, you do now. I change my mind like I change underwear, which is daily, by the way. So I've been moving stuff around in the shop right after I did a shop tour, and I think it's working out really good. I didn't add or change anything as far as the amount of stuff. I just moved some stuff around. So as you can see, the dust collector is right here. Bandsaw stayed where it's at, slightly moved a little bit this way, and let me turn the camera here. And I moved my plywood over here below my lumber. That seems to be working out really well. But the whole reason for me to move all this stuff is I'm about to work on the chest of drawers build, and I'm going to be using my planer a lot. And I haven't used my planer in a long time, so it's down here in this bottom drawer, and if I put it up here on this table, it's got a fan chip ejection, but I still want to hook it up to my dust collector. So I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I don't have any dust collection hose. I'm using all my hose for all my other tools, so I thought about if I could consolidate my dust collection area just a little bit, then maybe I could get away with getting another piece of hose out of the system. And just moving the dust collector over to here eliminated about 10 feet of hard pipe, and I also got another like 8-foot strip of the flexible hose out of the system that I have stashed away to the side, so that when the time comes for me to use the planer, I can put the planer up here and then use that flexible hose to hook it up to the system. So just by moving the dust collector over here, I've eliminated a lot of line out of the dust collection layout, and it's all hooked up right now. More conveniently on the blast gates, I might add, because can you see it? Alright, so there's all the blast gates right there, all the connections, and all three of them are in that exact same spot, so no more bending all the way to the floor to open or close a blast gate for the table saw or something like that, which wasn't a problem to begin with. It's just an added bonus. Like I said, I was mainly trying to get a situation to where it would allow me to hook up the planer easily, and that has happened. So just moving some stuff around a little bit, and I've also gained a ton of space behind the table saw because I moved the table saw forward closer to me, so that it is pretty much using this table as an outfeed at all times. Of course, it's on wheels and I can move it away if needed, but where it is now, I've still got a full 8 feet of infeed, 8 feet of outfeed. So I could rip a piece of plywood or a 2x4 down with the door shut. So that's something that I would consider necessary for what I do. But by moving it forward, then I've got a ton of space behind the table saw that is something that I would otherwise be seeking sometimes when I move the table saw to the side and move the assembly table to the side as well. So I think that's going to work out pretty well. And I moved the drill press over to here. There was a little metal cart over here, and I moved it to that corner. I don't use my welder often, so I barricaded the welder in the corner. It's no big deal. And then I put the metal cabinet in front of it, and then my shop vac cart over there in front of it. Now this is like my staging area, I guess, for the wood with the sawhorses, and they are, this stack right here is 2 by 10, full 8 feet in length, which tells me that if I wanted to pursue the route of having a typical, or I'm not sorry, typical, a traditional woodworker's workbench, if I wanted to build one, then that's a perfect location for it, because I already know that that is nice and that the appropriate space for it. Put it on casters or removable, retractable casters, and I could push it up against the wall, and I still have all this open space over here. And then the lighting may not show it, but all kinds of space behind the table saw. So I guess I should have done that before I did the shop tour video, but I didn't think about it until I was starting in on the planning stages for building the chest of drawers. All because of using my planer, a tool that I barely ever use. So anyway, so I made a couple table saw sleds. In between editing the bookcase videos, I was getting really frustrated with my computer while I was editing. It took me way too long to edit that video, so I kept taking breaks and coming out here and making some stuff and just goofing off. And I made 2 sleds. I didn't make a sled video because I've already done a couple sled videos in the past. And you know what? There's all kinds of sled videos out there. So I didn't make a video on making these sleds, but I did make a couple of them. This is a front fence style one-sided panel cutoff sled. I think Norm Abram had this kind of style sled where the fence was in the front and something to where it's one side where you're basically just cutting down panels or squaring off the edges of panels. It's pretty much the main purpose of it, but I prefer a one-sided sled. I've always preferred a one-sided sled on all my past table saws, and the reason being is, for the most part, is when you're using a one-sided sled, you're always to that side of the blade. Typically, you're never going to be standing behind the blade. And while I've never, ever had any of the offcuts that just fall on the table, I've never had any of them fly back at me. The main benefit for me is that I'm not in the path of the sawdust. When you're using a sled like this, almost undoubtedly you're going to get a little bit of sawdust spray coming right back. And if you're standing to one side, it's not going to be hitting you in the face. So that's the main reason why I prefer one of these sleds as opposed to a 2-sided sled. I also made a regular 2-sided crosscut sled, and I'll probably end up using this mainly for dados because, like I said, I prefer the other style sled. But I went ahead and made one because, like I said, I was getting frustrated inside, and just getting out of the shop and doing something is quite relaxing. Got a bunch of stickers in the mail from a bunch of really awesome people. Garage Woodworks, Brian Gorilla. He's got a YouTube channel, Garage Woodworks. Check it out. Very good stuff. Thank you very much for the sticker. These are from Douglas at retroweld.com. You didn't leave a complete return address, just your city. So let me know your return address and I'll send you a return sticker for these. Thank you very much for both of these. Dave Rutan, Ligner Roy. I think that's how it's pronounced. So thank you very much for the sticker, Dave. I very much appreciate it. This one's from Sean Gearing. Gearing, I make stuff sticker. Thank you very much for the sticker. I very much appreciate it, Sean. Sawdust Maker sticker. This is from Richard McIntosh, sawdustmaker.org. I think that's what it says. I'm reading this upside down. Sawdustmaker.org. Thank you very much for the sticker. I very much appreciate it. Daniel Rochat. Come on. Come on. There we go. Just make it sticker. Thank you very much for the sticker. I very much appreciate it. Chad Hilkermeyer. This is a very intricate logo. He explained to me all the details of what means what. Very meaningful logo. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much for the sticker. And all of these stickers came from Martin Adam from the Czech Republic. Number 1, these 2 right here, these are his business logo. Adam's Service does household service stuff. And this number 2 is a Narex Toolman logo. I don't know if you can see it. It's white on white. The camera might not be picking it up, but this is a Toolman with a Narex brand down here. Number 3, which is this one, is a Xtal tool. These tools can be found in hobby stores. Number 4 is Heron. Makes quality water pumps and mainly power generators. And then these two sets are a pair. K-Sobi, and let's see, K-Sobi I think means pull, and Ad-Sibi means push. I don't know if I'm pronouncing those right. So this means pull, this means push, and he says these are usually found at doors, push and pull, I guess. But there's a pair right there of some quite lovely gentlemen in their finest attire, and then another pair right here. So yeah, it's pretty neat. You learn something new every day. Thank you very much for all these stickers, Martina. Very much appreciate it. And this one's from Sean Donnelly, and just want to let you know that it came to me all ripped open like this, so just want to throw that out there. I know there's a sticker in here. I just want to let you know that it wasn't me who destroyed the envelope. But anywho, thank you very much. Navy UCAS CV demonstration X47 sticker. Thank you very much for the sticker, Sean. I very much appreciate it. Now let's get all these put up on the cabinet.